In this video, I'm going to be making the Go Shorty It's Your Birthday cake. This is from Crook to Cook, Snoop Dogg's cookbook. So I'm going to tell you everything you're going to need first. This is just for the cake itself. So this recipe gives you the ingredients for the cake and the frosting. Later on, when we need the frosting, when we're ready to make it, that's when I'll give you the ingredients for the frosting. So for the cake, you need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons baking powder, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 3 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 cup of boiling water. Now that water is clearly not boiling. I'm going to put it in a pan and have it boiling. That's one of the first things I'm going to do. So you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then you want 2 9-inch round pans. And he says to lightly dust the pans with flour and then knock out any excess. Trust me, just use Baker's Joy. If you buy Baker's Joy, you don't have to do any of that because it has the flour and all that in there. So I just took my 2 9-inch pans and I sprayed with the Baker's Joy. So I am going to, I have a pan here and I'm going to put my water in here, and I am going to put that on the stove and let it start boiling. And then in my mixer, I'm going to combine the flour, the dry ingredients. So the flour, the sugar, the cocoa powder, the baking powder, baking soda, and salt. If you have a whisk attachment, you can whisk this. They just want you to combine it. I'm going to use the paddle attachment just because you're just trying to mix it up a little bit. And this will do the same thing. Just mix it up a little bit before you add your other ingredients. So now we're going to add our buttermilk and vegetable oil. Along with our eggs and vanilla. Just scrape my bowl down, and now you want to add your boiling water, and then you want to continue to mix this. So now you want to take this and try to pour it evenly between your 2 pans. Going to bake for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 32 minutes, but then when they come out, I'll let you know the total time I left them. While the cake is baking, they want you to go ahead and make your frosting. So you need 3 sticks of butter.
At room temperature.
At room temperature, yeah. 3 sticks of butter at room temperature. And those are half sticks, so that has confused people in the past on my recipe videos. I like to use the half sticks, so that's why it looks like there's a lot. 1 cup of cocoa powder, 5 cups of confectioner sugar, which is just powdered sugar, 1/2 cup of milk plus more as needed. This is 1/2 cup, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream the butter and cocoa powder. Okay, so now you're going to add everything else. You're going to add the vanilla and the milk and the powdered sugar, but now I'm going to add the powdered sugar a little at a time so that it doesn't puff up, but it doesn't say to do that. I'm just going to do that. this looks really good. I'm gonna clean my paddle off. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna refrigerate this. You're gonna cover it. And I do have a cover for my bowl. This is my cover. You're gonna cover this until, and put it in the refrigerator until it's needed. But it has to be at room temperature. So once I get my cake out, probably while it is cooling, probably 15 minutes, at least 15 or 20 minutes before I need it, I will take this out of the refrigerator and let it come to room temperature, because I'd say it'll be too stiff to use when it's really cold, and it would probably tear your cake out. But for right now, I'm just gonna take it and cover it just like this. And if you don't have one of these, just use some plastic wrap and then let it sit in the refrigerator. So these are the cakes. I left them in for 32 minutes and I tested them with a toothpick. I inserted a toothpick into the center and the toothpick came out clean. Now you want to set a new timer for 10 minutes. Let them cool here for 10 minutes and then we're going to take them out of the pans and let them cool the rest of the way. Okay, I've waited the 10 minutes and it says take a knife and run it around the side. I'm telling you, if you use that Baker's Joy, you really won't have any issue whatsoever. So just gonna lay this on top, flip it over like this. Comes right out. There was a little bit in the center, but I'm sure that's my fault because I tend to not spray it as much as I should sometimes. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. Same thing with this one, and then we are going to let them cool completely on these racks. And then just remember what I said about the frosting. You just want to make sure you lay it out probably, what do you think, Kevin? Half an hour before?
Yeah, I would do half an hour. It's really cold.
Yeah, because you don't want to try to spread that frosting when it's cold. So it'll be too thick. So you can see the steam coming off this. I'm gonna let these sit here though and cool completely. Okay, so I have all my stuff out. This has been laying out. My cakes are completely cooled. So you want to take your cake, and I might just, no, because if I do it like that, it'll work, won't it?
Yep.
And just flip it over like this so that the flat side is down. There we go. And so you want to take a third of this frosting and frost the top of the cake. I'm going to take the other one and lay it on top. And it says press it down a little bit to try to fit it together. He used, in this picture, it looks like they use like chocolate little jimmies or whatever you call them. I don't have any of those, so I'm using some sparkly silver sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. He says birthdays are the best. Everybody treating you like royalty and you get all the goodies that come with it. I'm talking about birthday cards, birthday presents, and oh yeah, that birthday cake. This recipe will have you celebrating after every mouthful. And after you finish that last slice, there's only one thing left. Breaking out your birthday suit for some of that birthday sex. Shout out to my man Jeremiah. So I guess Jeremiah is the one that gave him the recipe. Okay,
he doesn't say, so
it says it serves 10 to 12. So I don't know. You know, the only thing about doing these layer cakes is you never know. I'm always so scared to use too much on in the middle. And truly, I could have used more because we had a lot left over.
But you never know, because you run out. You can't scoop it back out of the middle once it's there.
Exactly, exactly. So you saw what I put. Feel free to put more because you can.
Although there's a decent layer there.
There is a decent layer, but we do have some left.
Yeah.
So
you can just snack on that with a spoon.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Very thick cake.
Those sprinkles that I put on top gave it just a little bit of crunch.
I have to try the top.
I'm gonna try I want to try just the cake. It is a very, it's dense.
Mm-hmm. It's a dense cake.
It's dense, but it's very a rich cake.
Yeah.
It's a deep chocolate cake.
It is. It's not, the cake by itself, like most cakes, isn't super sweet.
Mm-hmm. All of your sweetness is coming from that frosting. I do really like the frosting though.
Mm-hmm. I like the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every cake we've ever had though, bought or otherwise or made, the cake itself is just like, it's not sweet, you know, because it would be sweet overload if it was too sweet. Right. So this falls in line with all the other cakes.
Right.
That's good.
Of course, that we did use 3 sticks of butter. 3 sticks of butter for that frosting.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a buttercream.
So it's no wonder it is so absolutely delicious. But yes, you could just take that.
That's what I'm saying. The main frosting, you just get a spoon.
Mm-hmm. I do think it's a very nice cake though.
Yeah.
It's a nice, rich chocolate cake. If you like a denser, packed more, rather than, what I mean is it's not really fluffy.
Right.
It's denser.
Yeah.
But I like it very much. I think it's very good. This recipe is very successful. I've done 2 recipes previously. Put those videos up on YouTube. And I think each time I've done that, I've gotten the comment that somebody was really surprised that these were actually good recipes and it's not just
a joke book.
I think people thought that, I don't know why, I would never have thought that.
No, I mean, but think about it. He has a whole show.
Yeah.
Or has, I don't know.
Yeah,
with Martha Stewart.
Exactly.
And you know Martha Stewart can cook, or at least her assistants can. So you know there's cooking going on, and he's on there with her, and he cooks on that show.
Yeah, so I don't know why anyone would have thought otherwise, but these are very nice recipes.
You look at the title.
Oh,
you look
Crook to Cook.
Yeah, and you look at some of the titles of the recipes, like Go Shorty. You know, it's kind of making a play on the hip hop song.
But I like that, yeah.
Yeah, so you look at it and you go, is it really serious? No, it's actually really, really good. Mm-hmm. There's nothing in there that so far that we've made.
You know what though?
Bad.
The funny part is what he has said.
Oh yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love his commentary. Whatever he's, speaking on the recipe, I love that. I think that is awesome. That's a good part of it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay. If you give it a try, you'll have to let me know. And thanks for watching.